more about generating documents out of Salesforce using FormTitan. My name is Rosanna Anderson, and I'm a certified Salesforce consultant at Nexell. I have more than 5 years experience working on Salesforce implementation projects. And in the last 1.5 years, I have been working on many Salesforce and FormTitan integration projects. Let me introduce you to Nexell. In case you don't know us, Nexell is a Swiss company, and we were the first Salesforce partner in Europe back in 2002. And at Nexell, we help our clients in the corporate and non-profit world work more efficiently through the services that we provide, which are project management, Salesforce implementations, data management, trainings, and much more. Let's go over the webinar logistics. So this presentation will be recorded and it will be made available to you after the presentation. And you can ask questions anytime during the presentation by unmuting yourself or in the chat if you prefer that. Today we'll be discussing about the basic FormTitan setup, how to create a document, and how to generate a document from a template in Salesforce. By the end of this webinar, I promise that you will know much more about document generation and that you'll know how to apply this knowledge. So let's see what FormTitan is. FormTitan is a complex cloud application for Salesforce, which has many features, and some of the most prominent features are dynamic forms, generating Word or PDF documents, using digital signatures, community portals, and much more. But today we'll be focusing and getting more familiar with one of these features, which is generating a document from a Word template. FormTitan has also recently released Titan Web, which is an application with which you can create beautiful web pages integrated with Salesforce. And if you are interested in finding out more about this new feature, I encourage you to visit their YouTube channel, where you can see the video that they have produced when they released it. Okay, so I promise that this webinar will be very practical, but before we dive into the technical aspects, I wanted to present to you some examples from real life, just to understand how Salesforce and FormTitan could help with your business requirements. So for the first example, let's imagine that your company receives donations for humanitarian campaigns, and that you would like to thank your donors in writing in their own languages. So for this scenario, Salesforce and FormTitan could help you. So you can create the thank you letter template with FormTitan, and then in Salesforce you can fill in this template by clicking a button from the donation page. And the second example, which is quite different from the first one, your company is a service provider that helps customers negotiate the price of the insurance with insurance companies. You would like your clients to fill in a web form with their information, and when they click on submit in the form, to generate an agreement which is signed by the client and then emailed to the client and the company. For this scenario, you can use FormTitan to create the web form and also the PDF template, or the agreement template, and then when the client clicks on submit in the web form, the template will be automatically filled in, the information will be saved in Salesforce, and the agreement will also be automatically sent to the client and the company. So these are some examples just to give you an idea of how you might apply the knowledge that we'll learn today. And for the practical part of our webinar, we'll use the first business scenario. So for this, we will create a template, a thank you letter template with FormTitan, and then we will make the necessary configurations in Salesforce so that we can fill in this template when we click on a button from the donation page. Let's start. So what do we need? We need access to a Salesforce organization. We need a FormTitan trial account, the application installed in Salesforce, access to Word 365, and then the FormTitan Word Addin installed in Word. And these are the steps that we will be following for the FormTitan installation. So first we need to sign up for a FormTitan trial account. we need to install the application in Salesforce, and then we need to make the necessary connections between FormTitan and Salesforce, which means to allow API access and so on. I will show you now exactly how that looks like in Salesforce and then FormTitan.
Oksana, may I have a question? Anita
Yes.
from Greenland here.
Yes.
As an NGO, of course, the first question comes to mind. What is the price for this FormTitan app?
The price starts at $75 per user.
Per month or what?
Sorry? Per month. Per month, yeah. All their prices are listed on their page, and all the license types that they have. They have multiple license types. Gold, enterprise, if I'm not mistaken, and they're all listed on their webpage.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, can I ask, so per user means per license, right? Not per user that uses Salesforce, that's per
user, per license, per FormTitan.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, per FormTitan license.
Thank you.
But for all the pricing discussions, it's better if you discuss or if you ask these questions directly with FormTitan, because they might have different prices or packages, which I'm not aware of. So in order to sign up with the FormTitan trial account, you can access their page, formtitan.com. And here you need to just sign up with an email, password, and then sign up. After that, you will receive an email confirmation, and then you can access your FormTitan trial account. After that first step, you will log into your Salesforce account. I assume that you have a dev org or a sandbox where you can test this. In my case, I have access to my dev org, which has NPSP installed. So here, in order to add a new application, I'm going to set up. And here I just type App Exchange. And then I will search FormTitan. Here. And this is the logo of their application. I was mistaken. The starting price is $79 per company per month. So yeah, it is. The prices are starting at $79. So from here, you can click on Get It Now. And of course, then you will need to log in again. I am logged in, and then you can continue with the installation. So you can install in this org, or if you are installing for a sandbox, you need to perform these steps in production. And from production, you need to choose install in a sandbox org, install in sandbox. In my case, I have installed it in here because this is a developer's org. I'll cancel because I have it already installed. So after that, after the application is installed, you can go to installed packages just to see what has been installed. Also in setup, I typed installed packages. And from here, I scroll down to FormTitan. You can see the version. Now I think the version number is 1.33. I have installed this in November when the version was 1.32. And from here, if you click on the package name, you can also see the component. So the package, the FormTitan package comes with multiple components, which are Lightning pages, even objects, page layouts, buttons. So you can take a look at these components if you like. custom fields, and so on. Okay, so the next step after you have installed the package is to go back to your FormTitan account. I will log in. You need to go back to your FormTitan account and to make the connection between FormTitan and Salesforce. I'm signing in with my trial account. And this is the account settings page with multiple menus. And in order to create the connection, you have to go to my account, where you can see the profile, the name, the email address that has been used to register this trial account with FormTitan. You can see how many forms you can create and API calls, how many collaborators you can have. But in order the first step is to create the connection with your Salesforce org. So for that, you need to go to push settings and logs. And on this page, if you scroll down, you can see that you can connect it to Salesforce, to a Salesforce sandbox. In case you want, if you have installed the package in a sandbox, then you connect it with your Salesforce sandbox. But if you have installed it in a developer's org like I did, or in production, then you can give access to that org here. I have it already connected to my developer's org. I have seen a comment, just 1 second. Sorry, I joined late. I hear and see no. Oh.
Do the rest of you see the presentation, or is it just Robert?
Yes, we see the presentation.
Yes,
Okay.
you can see it. So it's probably just Robert.
Yeah, do you want to refresh your browser maybe? Or logged out and logged in again maybe?
For me, I have a small laptop screen, so I can't read anything. It's really quite invisible. And I am going to leave this presentation, I'm afraid to say, because I can't see it.
Okay, I'll send you the presentation with the recording at the end.
I would love that. Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Virginia. Okay, so then I will continue. So here's where you create the connection with your Salesforce org. I have done that already. If in case you want to connect it to a sandbox, then you click on grant access here and you revoke the access here. Then after this first step, you can go to API and you have to click to check this checkbox to allow API access. This is the API key, which gives permission to Salesforce to connect to this FormTitan account. And then you can give API access to forms and all these options if you'd like. I gave API access to my forms and my submissions. Okay, and then last step for document generation, which is very important, should not be forgotten. You have to go into the tab called DocGen SSO. And here are some custom settings. For example, the private URL, remote site settings, API key again. And here you have to click on save. And then when you click on save, all the settings will be copied in Salesforce, and I will show you where. So these are the basic settings that you can do in FormTitan in your account settings.
Excuse me quickly.
Yeah.
Can I ask what submissions are?
Submissions are whenever a user clicks on the document generation button, that is a submission, or when a flow or process builder Apex code invokes Apex in order to connect to FormTitan.
Mm-hmm.
So all these connections, callouts from Salesforce to FormTitan are submissions.
Okay. Thank you.
So I will go back to Salesforce now just to show you where those settings are saved. You type here custom settings. So in custom settings, and if you look for FormTitan PDF URL, if you click on it, and then manage, and then on the private URL, you can see that my private URL has been copied here, and also the API key. So in this way, Salesforce will know which FormTitan account to connect to. And then also remote site, type in remote site. This is the FormTitan URL. And you can see that the remote site URL has been copied here as well. Okay, so this is a good checkup to do after you install the package and after you create after you give API access to FormTitan. It's a good it is a good idea to verify these settings in Salesforce just to see that everything has been copied in Salesforce as well. Okay. I'll go back to my presentation. So then the next step is to install the FormTitan Word add-in in Word in order to create the Word template, and then to access the FormTitan menu and sign in. But before that, I wanted to show you also how you can add the buttons from which you will generate the document. So I will go back to my opportunities, because our scenario is to create a document from the donation page in Salesforce. So our donations are the opportunities object. Here I'm looking at an opportunity record, a donation. And I would like to generate a document, a thank you letter from this page when I click a button. So with FormTitan, we can add a standard button that comes with the FormTitan package. And the package contains standard buttons for a few objects, for contacts, opportunities, accounts, cases, not for all of them. But for opportunities, there is a standard button that we could use. I will show you now where it is. So if you click on buttons, links, and actions, here you can see that there are multiple buttons. 2 for the detail page and 2 for the list view page. So this one is the one that we can add on our page layout, the Lightning component button. Thank you. I saw a comment. Thank you for joining. Okay, so let's add this button first on the page layout. I will modify the donation layout. I clicked on mobile and Lightning actions, and here one of these buttons is a custom button and the other one is a quick action button. So we want to add the quick action button. I will scroll down to Salesforce mobile and Lightning experience, and I will just add this button here and save. And now let's verify the page layout. And the button is here. Many users or some of the users will like to change the label, especially if you are in an organization where German is the spoken language and you like to see the button label display or German text. So that is possible. I will show you how you could change the label of this button. And if that is not something that can apply to your example, then you can also create a totally new button with the label that you would like to be displayed. So first, let's try to change the label of the standard button. Because this button comes with the managed package, we cannot change it directly from here, but we could translate the label. So I will go in setup and type Workbench, translation Workbench, and then translate. And here, if I choose my object to be opportunity, not here, sorry, opportunity, and the language German, the setup component is an action, and we want to change the field label. I have already typed in the translation, but usually when you access this page, the quick action label translation field will be empty. So then you can type in the translation that you want, the text that you want. So right now I have a translation in German for the label of this button. And this is the text which is displayed when my Salesforce org has the English as its main language. So let me show you if I change the language here in settings, language and time zone. And now my language is English. If I change it to German, I should be able to see that button in German, translated in German. Yes, and the label has been translated. But the problem, or yeah, the thing is that when you switch to English, then the label will also switch back, and it will display again FT document generate. So in case if you don't like that text at all, you can just create a new button, and I will show you it's easy. I will first change my language back to English. Let me find opportunity again. I clicked on button links and actions again, and then click on new action in order to create a new Lightning component button. The action type is Lightning component. I will select here the component, which is Form Builder. This comes with the FormTitan package. Then I can adjust the height, let's say 700, or it can be larger. And then here I can choose the label that I want. Create letter, for example, and then save. And then the last step is to add this button onto the opportunity page, just like I have showed you. Page layouts again, donation layout, mobile and lightning, and here I should be able to see, yes, my new button, and then I just drag and drop it on the page. Save. And now I can see the same button, but with a different label, which can be translated as well in translation Workbench. Okay, let me remove it. Do you have any questions so far before we go to the word Addin and the template? No, no questions. Okay. So the next step is to install the word Addin in Word. This is already a template which has been filled in with merge fields using FormTitan, but the steps are the same. So in Word, when you open a new Word document, you can go to Home, to Insert, Insert, Get Add-ins. And then here you have to look for FormTitan again. And you will find the add-in FormTitan Salesforce Composer. And then you have to click on Add. That's it, simple. One note here is that you need Office 365, no older than that.
So
Yeah.
can I ask you, do it from my computer? I open Word,
Yes.
and I connect it then with Titan FormTitan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, from your computer, from Word, you just need to add this Word add-in. I closed it because I have it already installed. It's here. And after you install it, you'll notice that a new tab will be added, FormTitan. And here you can click on FormTitan on the label, on the button here, in order to sign in. So this is the menu, FormTitan menu. And I'll click on Let's Start in order to log in. And here I'm logging in with the same email that I have used to create my trial account, and with the same password. So now I'm logged in, and this is the template that I would like to create and to have filled in automatically from the donation page. It is just a thank you letter with the salutation and the name of the addressee, with the address, with the location, with today's date. And then I have just added a simple text, a thank you text, where I will also like to display the program, which in Salesforce is the campaign name, for example, the amount that has been donated and when it has been donated. The amount is also on the opportunity page, and the date when the donation has been made is the close date of the opportunity. Let me show you how it looks like in Salesforce. On the donation page, here in the primary contact field, I can access the name and the address of the person that made the donation. The amount is listed in the amount field on the opportunity, and then the donation date is the close date of the opportunity. And then for the program, I have used the primary campaign source, which is the lookup field to the campaign object. And on this object, I have created one example, one campaign that is called Education for Children. And I have just used the standard fields that come with NPSP. Okay, so let's see how we can add now merge fields in our template using FormTitan. That is very easy from this button here in the menu, which is called Insert Edit Field. So let's say that we want to add again the salutation and the full name of our contact. So when I clicked on Insert Edit Field, I was able to access this menu. And with this menu, you can access any object in your organization. So here I will select the object, which in my case is the opportunity. I have it already because I have added merge fields before in this template, I can access it already here. So this is my object, opportunity. Then you will need to add a comment. My comment is just primary contact, but it can be anything. And then here, I will select the field, which is called salutation. No, which is called primary contact. So first I will select this field, primary contact. And from the primary contact, I will access the salutation. Primary contact is a lookup to the contact field, to the contact object, sorry. So here on the contact record, I can see the name and the salutation. So I selected the field primary contact, and it gives me also the possibility to select any fields from the object which is linked to my primary object. So from the contact object, I will now select salutation, and then just insert. And now I will perform the same steps in order to add the full name of my contact. So I will click on Insert Edit Field again. My main object is opportunity, from which I access my linked object, which is contact, through this lookup field. And from the contact, I want to get the full name. And that's it. I have added the salutation and the full name. If this text here is too long, if it's too long for your template, you can always just delete it. It will not modify the field that you have added, and just type salutation. The same here. And just delete opportunity, comment, and so on. And just leave the name of the field that you like. Salutation, full name. So I have performed the same steps to add all these fields here. And this is fixed text, which will be displayed the same for all contacts, all donations. We can add pictures, of course, in the template. For example, the logo, pictures from the campaign, and the pictures can be inserted as static resources, like I have done here, with the logo in the header of the template, or from a field from Salesforce. I wanted to show you how you can configure the formatting, because that can be useful, for example, for the dates or for the amount. So I will click again on Insert Edit Field for today's date. And this is just a date field coming from Salesforce that displays today's date. Currently, the format is day, month, and year. But I can change this. For example, I can select a predefined format. And I will delete my custom format. And save. So at this point, if I want to see how my changes look like, I can go to Preview. And then from here, we can preview the document, just to see how the date looks like, how the names look like. We can preview the document as often as we want in Word, and with information coming from different records from Salesforce. And I can show you how. So here in the Preview tab, you can see that you have a filter with an object. So this filter helps FormTitan identify which record we want to, from which record in Salesforce we want to bring these merge fields in our template. It is very similar to an SOQL query, if you are familiar with that. It is a different way to understand this filter. So this condition here, this filter, tells FormTitan to find all the merge fields that we have entered in this template for the opportunity that has this ID. And I can show you where the ID is. So I will go back to my donation record. And here's the ID of this record. You can just copy it from here and then paste it here in the filter. Save. And then after I have entered one record there, I can click on Preview Now. And this is how the document with merged fields looks like. So here we can see the contact name with the address, today's date, which is not formatted exactly as we wanted, but I will look into that. And here are the new merge fields that we have added, the salutation and the full name of the contact.
Can I please ask
yeah.
a question in between? We have set up our projects through the GAUs, the General Accounting Units. So I would link, obviously, a thank you letter to the project, the organization or a foundation, financed, or a donor. So that can also be done. It doesn't have to go through campaigns.
No, you can link here any other object as long as that object is linked to your donation. So you said that you would like to create a template.
It's linked to the opportunity. The opportunity basically allocates then the amount to the project, to the General Accounting Unit.
Yes, if it's linked, you can include that. Yes, even if it's not linked, you can add fields to your template, even if they are not linked directly to the opportunity through a lookup field. But then, in case you don't want to display all the records for that object, then you would need to set up specific filters. Let's say that you have a letter in which you display all the products, let's say, all the products in your organization. And these products are not linked to your opportunity. And if you would like to display just some of them, then you would need to include some filters to filter them by maybe amount, or just, let's just say, product name or something like that. So you can include also fields from an object which is not directly linked to your main object. But the easiest way is to add a lookup field on your opportunity and then add that field into your template.
Okay. And I guess you will come to the point where there's automatization going on, because at the moment it's just one-to-one, right?
Meaning one-to-one?
That you would send this person now a thank you letter that you selected. Yes. But if you want to, for example, send all the donors for that donated for that campaign, you would have an automatization going, no?
Yes, you can do that from a list view, and I will show you that, how you can add a list view on, how you can add the button on the opportunity list view, and then from there you select multiple opportunity records, and then you click on the button, and the template will be generated for multiple opportunities. Or you can have an automation built, like a flow, for example. Flow that triggers the document generation for multiple records that meet the criteria.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Welcome. Okay, so I will close this. And I wanted to show you the formatting, the date formatting, that you can modify it more if you like. So here, if you click on configure format, you can, for example, specify that you like the date to be displayed like this. So for example, I can just type it here directly. I would like the date to be displayed first and then comma. The month. maybe just the number of the day. And then the month and the year. So you can also do something like this. You can customize the formatting as you like. Save, and then I will preview it again. Okay. So yeah, now my date has been is displayed as date Thursday, 4th of February 2021. But this can be modified and customized as much as you need. For example, the months can be translated, but all that customization has to be done first in Salesforce if you like to translate the months and so on. The same, we can have different formats for the amounts. Let me show you quickly. Amount. I'm accessing it from the same button here. Amount, and then configure format. And here you can have different symbols for the digit point, decimal point. You can choose how many decimal counts you can display, what is the leading text or the text after the amount. In my case, I have CHF after the amount. And yeah, it gives you a lot of flexibility. Okay, so this is our template. Let's say that the template is done and we would like to publish it and test it. So the next step is to access publish, the publish menu. And if you have no other form in FormTitan, then you click on new form, sorry. But if you have a form, like in my case, I will click on existing form. If you click on new form, then when you click on publish, the FormTitan will ask you to enter the name of your new form. That's the only difference. But when I click on existing form, I can choose the form, one of the forms that I already have in FormTitan, and choose to publish this template into that form. So this is my English letter. I chose this form, thank you letter EN. And then I just click on publish template. I will not click on it now because I have it already uploaded, but these are the steps. Okay, so now we have the form. We have the template uploaded into the form, and I will show you what that means. So in FormTitan, you can access all these forms from this menu, My Forms. Thank you letter EN, and it is the form for the thank you letter in English. And it looks like an empty canvas with just one field, which is the record ID. But the menu is very complex, and I will guide you. I will show you just some options in this menu because it's quite complex. You can do a lot of things with this form. So first, this field here is just the record ID of the opportunity from which you will generate this document. That's all, but you don't need to modify it or to do anything with it. This field will be created when you upload the template. And then in document generation, if you click on word mapping, because we have uploaded a template from the Word Addin, and if you click on configure, then you can access this menu where you can see different templates. You can see the different versions of the template that you have uploaded. And here you can choose you can choose what is the output of the generated document. So in my case, I would like to generate it as a PDF, but you also have the option to generate it as Word. So here's where you make that selection. And here you can also choose to convert it with different engines, LibreOffice, Office 365, Titan 1, Titan 2. There are many options that you can test and see how it looks like for you. I have chose for this example Office 365. And here, just to verify, usually the Salesforce button is configured already. You don't need to do anything, but you can just verify it. So you can see that the Salesforce button is on the opportunity. The opportunity record ID is mapped to our record ID field in our form. This is the custom settings, and that's it. Yeah, you can just look at this setting. And then here, just one more step, because we want to click on a button to generate the document and then to save it in Salesforce so that we can see it. And for that, you will need to go to Salesforce integration and add a push action. That is how it is called in FormTitan. So a push action creates or updates a record in FormTitan in Salesforce. So in order to add a new action, you would click on Add Object. And because we want to create a new file here, we'll have to select the files object. The action is create, you don't need to modify anything here. And then you just need to map some fields. And for a new file, the fields are the title, we want to give it a name. For this example, I have selected the form name. So all the generated documents will be called thank you letter EN from English. But you can of course customize the title. You can change it, just name it thank you letter English, and then have the name of the donor, the date. You can add multiple fields in the title of your document. And then the next setting is version data. In this example, it's word mapping because we have uploaded the template from the Word Addin. And then first publish location ID is the record ID because we want to link this file with the opportunity record. I will cancel it because I have it already. Okay, so this is the push action that needs to be created before you are generating the document from Salesforce. Because otherwise, if you click on the button, you will not see any document in Salesforce. And the one more step is to give users access to generate this document from Salesforce. So let's see that I have made all the changes here in FormTitan. Then I will go to dashboard, to my account, sorry. And from here, I'll click on collaborators and add new collaborators. And these collaborators can submit forms, can generate documents. So I have clicked on add collaborators from Salesforce, search users, and then from here you can select one user depending on the license. I have selected my user. And then here you can see all the forms that I have in my FormTitan account. And if I click on submissions, I can choose which forms this user can submit from Salesforce. So I gave submission rights to my 2 thank you letters in German and in English. That's all. So after this user has also access to our FormTitan forms, then we can generate this document. Let me show you how. So if we want to generate it just for one record, I will show you afterwards how we can generate it from the list view. I will go on the record page and I will click on the button. And here I can select my template and then just click on generate. Then you will see this message, and the file will be attached in files. If it's not generated immediately, and if you want to see if there was an error or something, you can go back to your FormTitan account and check the push settings logs, where you can also see errors, and you can see, for example, that today at 11:52, I have accessed this form from the button, that the method docgen has been invoked, and the file has not been created yet. We will wait, and the file has been created here, you can see. And this is the document. And I can download this document and just print it and send it. Let me show you also how you can generate multiple documents for multiple opportunities. I will go to the setup page for the opportunity, and here I just need to add the list button on the list view. So I will go to search layouts for Salesforce Classic and see if I have this button. Yes, I have the FormTitan button. Then I need to click on search layouts and then modify the default layout. And I actually have it on the layout. Okay. Here I will select all donations. And this is the standard FormTitan button for list views. So from here, I can select multiple donations and then click on FD Generate Documents Lightning. And then I can choose which template to be generated for all those opportunities. Thank you letter English, and then generate. When I click on generate, all those documents will be created and then saved in Salesforce on the opportunity records that I have selected in files. I wanted to show you also quickly how you can debug something. So debug a form in case if you would like to see if there was an error. So the first option is to verify here the push logs, push settings and logs. And if there was an error, you will see it here. It will be listed. You will definitely see it. And also, if the document hasn't been generated, you will see that there will be no entry for the file's creation action. So this will be missing here. But also another option is to go to your form and set up an email that you would like to receive whenever this form is submitted. Sometimes maybe you don't want to receive this email, so it's good to know where this option is. It is in emails, send email to form owner. So if you don't want to receive the emails with the submission, you can uncheck this box. But if you want to receive emails for each submission to verify them, you have to check this box. And you can also customize the mail that you receive. If you check on custom mail to form owner, then you have the option to customize it. HTML mode on, and then you can add the text that you want. I can show you in my presentation how an example of that, how that looks like. So this is an example of an email. Just give me 1 second because it's not so nice. This is an example of the email with a submission that you receive automatically from FormTitan when you check those checkboxes. So you receive the submission IP, the date, the submission ID, and this is an example of a customized email that I have modified. I have entered this text manually and added the IP, the submission date, the submission ID. Yeah, and these are some more examples. This is also a way in which you could verify the submissions. Do you have any questions regarding this? Sorry, I cannot see. And of course, FormTitan gives you the flexibility, the possibility to automate all this process that I have performed here. So you don't even need to click on a button necessarily. If you can automate that process, then you can with FormTitan. So for example, you can create a flow that verifies the stage of the opportunity. And then when the stage is closed won, the flow will automatically call FormTitan and the document will be automatically generated. Or because many organizations in Switzerland use different languages, German, French, English. So many would like their documents to be generated in one of these languages. So with the flow, with an automation, you can verify the language of the contact. And then when the language is German, for example, the flow will send that information to FormTitan, and FormTitan will generate the document in German and attach to that opportunity. All this can be done with FormTitan and much, much more. It allows for a lot of flexibility. Because we are reaching the end, I would like to show you some more resources if you would like. So you can always visit our blog on the Nexell page, where we post regularly new articles. And here, if you like, I have posted one article about the advantages of using FormTitan as your document generation application. And in case you didn't have time to take notes today, you can go here to this article and you will see kind of the same steps listed here. So I encourage you to do that if you like. And also there are more resources created by FormTitan, for example, the FormTitan Academy. And you have the link here in the presentation, which is a very complex page that they have created with videos and trainings regarding their application. And also the FormTitan YouTube channel, where they regularly upload videos linked to their new features and new releases and so on. So these are great resources to check. Do you have any questions, any comments?
Well, thanks a lot, Roxana. I think that if they have any question, they can always contact us later on. I will send you an email with the presentation and the recording of the session, as well as an evaluation survey. So we will welcome any of your feedback. So thanks, Roxana, for today. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Sorry for the people that had a hard time reading the slides. And I hope to see you soon. We have more webinar coming in the next few weeks. So don't hesitate to check out what's going on into our website. So thank you again, Roxana.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.